Okay, in this movie what we're going to do is we're going to basically, I'm going to show you how to extend the cycle and walk them forward. You should have a select all button and a move button. I'm going to hit select all, and what I'm going to see is I've got my cycle good to go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to hit S. First thing I'm going to do is make sure I've got it on all of my controls. I'm going to hit S for each one of these keys. If I have to, I'll hit this frame button there, and I'm just going to go all the way through the animation, hit S. Next, I'm going to bring up my motion graph, and I'm going to see that I've got a couple of issues. And anywhere I see that I'm going to uncheck auto load selected objects. I can see that anywhere I've got a scale X, Y, and Z, I've got a bit of a problem. So I'm going to zoom out until I get all of those animation curves in there. I think there are 3 controls. I think the leg controller, or the knee pointers, and yeah, one of the foot controllers. Okay, so once I've got that done, I'm going to press select all, and I'm going to load selected objects into here. And when I hit A, well, still not getting anything. And hit the, I just command click and hit all the ankle groups. If I hit A now, I should have a cycle that begins at 1 and ends at 24. Okay, so once we've got that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to View, Infinity, and what that's going to do is it's going to show my cycle in. I don't have a cycle, so it stops. So when I type in 168 here, and I press play, what I'm going to get is I'm going to get a cycle that isn't. It just stops. So we got to bring that in. So I'm going to go to Curves, Post Infinity Cycle. Now I can see my cycle laid out in front of me all the way, and now it will go however long I press this button or however long I have in the timeline. Stop that, pull it back. What we have to do now is we have to bake these keys. So I'm going to go to the Edit menu. I'm going to go to Edit, Keys, Bake Simulation Options. Now it's really important that this button be checked, Sparse Curves Bake. If it's not, and you click Apply, you're going to see you're going to have a key on every frame. That's bad. Sparse Curve Bake will basically just copy these keys, and that is good. That's what we want. When we're done, we can go to Curves, Post Infinity, Constant, and then View Infinity, No. Alright, so that's basically baking those keys for this. I can get rid of my graph editor. Now to do the next portion, I'm going to want to have 2 views. So I'm going to go to Window, View Arrangements, 2 panes side by side. I'm doing that instead of right-clicking on the button because, well, I can't find my button, so because my window's too small. So now what I'm going to do, but I like this to be my perspective view, and this to be my side view. So what I'm going to do now is I need to create a marker. Okay, to create a marker, I'm going to go to the Create menu, Create Polygon Primitives Cube. I can hold down my X and do this, or I can just make sure I click right at the 0, 0 point, and I get a cube. I'll go ahead and scale it up a little bit so it's a little bit easier to see. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to hit W to bring my move tool up, and I'm going to go right to the edge of the heel, of the front heel. Press the move button, go to my next key. Once I do that, I'm going to move it forward again, right to the edge of that heel. Then I'm going to take my block and move it forward so that it matches up with the as close as I can with the front part of that foot. And hit move. Next key. Again, I'm matching it up to the front of the back of the front part of the foot because that's always down and flat. Okay, now this is a contact pose, so I'm going to move it forward till the front part of that back foot is down. Then I'm going to take my block and move it forward to the heel there. Now if I hit this and it doesn't move at all, it means I've still got my block selected. So I'll press the move button to select those controls, click on the forward button. Now this is important sequence. This is the down key. Alright, so we went from this to that with it at the back of the heel, and then this moves forward to the front, back of the front of the foot. Select move, next key. And you just continue with that all the way for the entire length of your walk. Now when you do this, it's a good idea to take away all your distractions. Don't have the internet up, don't have your phone on, because if it rings and you lose your place, you can really mess up. It's easy for me to do when I'm talking. I'm going to move this forward because this is a contact pose. Click move, go forward, move it to the heel to the impact pose first, and then move the block forward to there. Click move, forward, and you take this the entire length of the walk. Okay, here's another contact pose. Go there. Then this goes to the back of the heel of the front foot. Move. Next, forward. Ugh, I forgot. Okay, yeah. So that goes to the heel. Then the block goes to the front of the foot. That goes to there. Again, contact and impact are where you move the block. Passing and foot raise, up pose, that you don't move the block. You leave it alone. Okay, so here's another contact. And that goes to the back of the heel. Move it forward. This is the impact pose. Goes to there. And then that moves forward. And that basically, you follow that throughout the whole animation, and you should be in good shape. That should do it.